Health Affair, your program of choice, is reaching you today from outside the studio, and our focus is on the rights and issues of women in commemoration of the 2023 International Women's Day. For a reminder, Health Affair is a platform where we focus on public health challenges, issues about women and children with a view to providing lasting solutions. And I'm a regular anchor with Shomowa Daniels. We'll start today's discussion right after our new segment.
At exactly 3 years ago, pharmacist Iyola Gbolagade received the mantle of leadership as the chairman, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, PSN, Lagos State branch. As he hands over the baton to a new set of administrators, he can boldly say he did his best with his team, not minding the COVID-19 pandemic challenge that eroded his tenure.
In the last 3 years, we have brought leadership for PSNs to the members. It's much more inclusive than before. And for us, we have more on advocacy for the good of our colleagues that are practicing in different sectors. When we were sworn in, just after about 2 weeks, 3 years ago, there was lockdown because of the global pandemic caused by COVID-19. And it was a very good time for pharmacists to showcase what they can do, because we know that the doors of the clinics were shut at the face of the health-consuming members of the public. It is the pharmacy that became the only port of call for them. And it is through our advocacy that pharmacists have now started giving vaccination. You know, in Nigeria, as highly educated as pharmacists are, because for some time, a good number of the decision-making authority believe that pharmacists are not clinical in their approach. So because of that, they see it as almost like an aberration for pharmacists to administer injectables. And we canvass for that. It's all started from Lagos.
Stepping into the shoes of the outgoing chairman may be a tough one for this new executive, but with their pledge to full commitment, success is assured.
With profound gratitude, we accept the mandate just given to us to emerge as the members of the new executive committee of this iconic state branch of PSN. As we set our sails today, committing all our hands into the Almighty God, who alone knows the future and in fact everything, we will endeavor to grasp on the last of human freedom, which is the ability to choose one's attitude in a given set of circumstances. We do not know what is going to occur or happen tomorrow or even later today. Definitely, we can't control all our circumstances, but we can control how we respond to them.
I think the ESCO should also work with the moving activities, not just in the country, but in the society. They need to learn from their mistakes from the past ESCO. Incidentally, the immediate past chairman is there to guide them and also come up with some new ideas. But I would strongly advise that they should not abandon projects that have been started by the former ESCO, so that you have a continuity, while making sure that they have listening ears to the cries and demands of colleagues you are leading. You should make your door open so that people can easily come to advise as well and lead you.
The need to promote medicine security through the local production of active pharmaceutical ingredients topped the list of demands to the president-elect.
Pray that we will work towards it, and we pray that the government will do it. Because apart from even the security, it will generate the needed revenue for the government.
The COVID-19 clearly revealed our deficiencies and what we have. If we are able to encourage and improve our local, we have the capacity. Most of them are operating below 50% capacity. Then we should be able to supply the West African sub-region, the ECOWAS sub-region, and make more money. We can even export put up because our regulatory bodies are very stringent in some of the activities to make sure that we bring out the best.
They went further to ask for a change of approach in appointing ministers of health, improvement in welfare state's public sector, approval of an executive bill for a bank of health, and attainment of the universal health coverage goal through proper implementation of the National Health Insurance Authority Act of 2022.
That event took place at about 7:30 in the morning on Thursday, the 9th of this month. It apparently was a collision between a moving train and a modern transport bus that belongs to the Lagos State government, conveying staff of the Lagos State Secretariat to work. That collision resulted in the train carrying the bus for a period of about 100 meters and causing significant damage to passengers that were being conveyed to work. We've recorded 102 passengers that were involved, or casualties that were involved in that bus collision with the train. And out of those 102, unfortunately, we have reported 6 fatalities. And what we did was to transfer 25 of the less severely injured to 4 of our general hospital, Bagada General Hospital, Lagos Island General Hospital, the Toll Gate Accident and Emergency Center, and the Aurelia Agege General Hospital.
About 480 million people in the World Health Organization African region are said to be affected with oral cancer, dental caries, gum diseases, cleft lip and palates. Most of these diseases are preventable when detected early, but due to lack of awareness, according to experts here, many still fall prey to the diseases.
We encourage members of the public to please kindly seek the dentist visit at least twice a year for routine checkup.
Brush your teeth twice daily using a fluoride-containing toothpaste. And then when you're brushing twice daily, you have to use the right technique. Your toothbrush, when it's about 3 months thereabout, you should be able to change it. Or when the bristles begin to spray fruits and vegetables, avoid sugary diets, that's snacky diets, the junk foods or carbonated drinks. And apart from that, we also encourage people to floss. Instead of using toothpick, use dental floss to clean in between your teeth. Then you have to also avoid heavy alcohol consumption and smoking. And you have to learn to make sure that, because it has been reported that cancers, the origin of cancer has been related to heavy alcohol consumption and then heavy smoking.
The challenge of inadequate manpower to cater for the teeming population oral health need has also been a challenge.
Can make low-interest loans available to them to set up clinics. That will help some of them, change their minds and remain in the country and provide oral care services to citizens and reduce the quackery in the country, and provide oral care services to citizens and reduce the quackery in the country. And it's interesting to know that someone can die from toothache if untreated. Anybody dying from toothache or oral health related issues will be drastically reduced, and that will maintain the oral health, the general manpower of the country as a whole.
I always look at, am I the least paid in this country? Certainly no. If the least paid in this country can actually survive, why can't I survive? You understand? Of course, it's not everything that is about money. Job satisfaction, again, is very, very crucial in this respect. You are highly trained, highly skilled. The facilities, the tools are not there for you to operate with. It's part of the problems they have.
World Oral Health Day is marked 20th of March every year to create awareness about oral health care. The theme for the 2023 celebration is Be Proud of Your Mouth for a Lifetime of Smiles. Welcome back. March 8 every year is designated by United Nations as International Women's Day. In commemoration of the day, our crew went out to speak with women, to get their views, their pain, and the way forward in this current dispensation.
How digitalization can promote gender equality. So we're here to look at, in particular, a case that we felt that the government should have used digitalization, to address, which is a case of a baby that was a day old and was taken to Panti under the impression that the mother was arrested for possibility of trafficking the child. And since that day, we haven't seen the baby, and we haven't seen the police also doing anything in that regard. And this brought to us because looking at the evidence before us on that matter, there were instances where the mother claimed that there was some communication on the internet, either via Facebook or Instagram, between her and the people who allegedly, took the child away. And she also shared with us a lot of text messages and phone calls, which were also shared with the state securities. And one would have expected that with all that, and also the fact that when the fund was transferred to her, she also had the electronic evidence of the transfer. We thought that the police should have been able to, find what happened to the day-old baby that got missing at Kwanti police station, and that they should have done more. So, and this brought out the fact that, digitalization is very important, and that digitalization can be relevant if we intentionally, use the digital system, to respond to issues, and that it can be much more effective if it is being used to address sexual and gender-based violence. So, that case study, it's one of the things we came to discuss. And beyond that, we're also going to look at some of the things that we have found as issues affecting women in Lagos State. Women, we have had the opportunity of engaging with about 700 community leaders and women organizations. And they have talked about the issue of drug abuse in Lagos as one of the issues that made women to be vulnerable to sexual and gender-based violence. They've talked about child abuse as a common occurrence in Lagos State. The fact that female genital mutilation is also very common, in the state. It's also another issue. They talk about illegal migration, as a major issue, a major problem in Lagos State. Trafficking, because Lagos is a state that is a source, is a destination, is a transit, is an origin. So because of that, there's a lot of huge trafficking happening, in Lagos State. Sexual and reproductive rights. The issue of the high prevalence of unsafe abortion is also another issue that has been raised in Lagos State. And the reason is also because Lagos has also not deliberately, do much in terms of providing information on people's sexual and reproductive rights. The issue of cash or cashless, society, because there is a difference between less cash and cashless. And I think that what Nigeria should promote is less cash and not cashless society. What we have currently is cashless society. And women have been mostly affected in this regard. We have seen situations whereby women cannot even, move their market from one place to another. And it has also brought the fact that majority of Nigerians are rural, and there is an assumption that everybody has a BVN. There's an assumption that everybody has an account that you can send money to, without also considering the fact that, it is not all women that have that opportunity, to have an account. So this has actually brought a lot of hardship, economic hardship. It's like we are back to COVID time. Women have been exposed to much more domestic violence, because of the cashless society that we have, found ourselves in the last, 6 weeks. We have had more reports in our office of women coming to complain about being battered by their husband, when they cannot provide money, and they can also not provide money. So there will be general tension, in the house. So it has actually made women much more vulnerable, because they don't have money, to take care of themselves or to take care of their children. And also to even when you even have businesses, you don't even have money to, collect in that regard. So there is a lot of economic injustice going on. And women are getting very tired. I will not be surprised if in the coming period, women go to the streets, to further protest this hardship that they are going through. Same market for them. Some of the transfer they are doing for them, not all of them that we are sending. Some may be telling us that there is no service not going. Some will do it on Monday. We are going to see the alerts on Sunday. It's not the push cashless that they are doing for us. If they know that they want to do the cashless for us, to be doing it in our own markets, make sure that the service will be going regularly. Not that they will transfer money for us today. We are not going to see it in 2 weeks. We can't see the money that transfer for us. It's not the cashless money. It's softness money that they are doing for us. There is no money in town. If they want to buy money, if they don't have their own money, we are not selling market again for them because the cashless is not going. All the time the service gone, no service, not available. That's the rubbish thing that they are telling us in the cashless that we are doing. We don't have money to go and buy markets again because all our money is in the bank and they are not giving us cash. And the people that we are buying markets for their hand, not all of them are taking cashless money. They said that they are taking it to the village place, and all the village place there, they don't know anything about the cashless money. What they want is cash.
See, the political representation is decreasing for women's participation, and representation is decreasing, and it's very alarming. It's disturbing because we need women there. They are the people who understand. They are the forerunners. They understand. When you advocate for policy change, you're talking about women's rights. You as a guy, what's your issues you connect to might be really different. We are all people, our priorities kind of differ. So I think I don't really like how there's lesser women participation and representation in governance based on the last elections. That's going to really tell in policy developments coming next 4 years, I think so.
A healthy population, people often say, builds a prosperous nation. But many Nigerians are threatened on a daily basis and die needlessly due to diseases, poor health care, malnutrition, and lack of access to relevant health information. The sorry state of our health infrastructure is also a major challenge. On Health Affair, Oshomo Daniels brings these challenges to the attention of relevant authorities for a lasting solution. For sponsorship and advert placements, please call the numbers showing on your screen. Health Affair, your access to good health through relevant information.
Physical activity is defined as anything that makes you move your body and burn calories or energy. Physical activity strengthens the heart muscles to pump more blood, keeping the blood vessels flexible, ensuring good blood flow and normal blood pressure. It also helps remove toxins and waste from the body. Examples of physical activity includes walking, climbing stairs, jogging, dancing, pounding, swimming, biking, and other sporting activities. Insufficient physical activity increases the risk of heart disease and other cardiovascular diseases. It also leads to accumulation of excess calorie or energy and eventual weight gain. Many people are physically inactive mainly due to ignorance. It is recommended to engage in some form of physical activity for at least 30 minutes daily for 5 to 7 days a week.
This is how we wrap it up today. Please join us same time next week for another interesting edition of the show. Don't forget to advertise your health product and services with us. We do it for you at a subsidized rate. I remain yours truly, Oshomo Wadanis. Please keep staying safe.